Good evening to all of you, dear aspirants. Saurabh Jha, good evening. Ritik Shah, good evening. So, आप सभी को शुभ संध्या और कुछ ही क्षणों में हम लोग आज का इवनिंग सेशन प्रारंभ करेंगे. So, let us start with some most important MCQs related to your prelims examination, dear aspirants. Today is a Tuesday, and we have already done with NCERT of class 6 and 7. Somu Jha, good evening. Deepak Kumar, good evening. Yes, Deepak, how are you? And now, Guddan Kumar. Yes, Guddan, good evening. Very good evening, Guddan Kumar ji. And I am very much happy that you are here with me. Parshuram Kumar ji is also joining me. So very good evening, Parshuram ji. It's nice to see you, all of you. और बहुत अच्छा लगा. अब आइए हम लोग बिना विलंब के आज की ये कक्षा हम लोग प्रारंभ करेंगे. और MCQs, the first question relates to geography, and it's a very interesting question. I should say, Goa and Sikkim are the only two states in India which are bordered by just one Indian state each. Goa and Sikkim are the only two states in India which are bordered by just one state each. Second statement, there are only two Indian states through which both the Tropic of Cancer and extended meridian of India pass. Have you got it? If not, please, I am going to repeat it. Please listen, concentrate. Dear aspirants, there are only two Indian states through which both the Tropic of Cancer and the extended meridian of India pass. And the third statement, there is no Indian state which shares borders with more than three countries. Okay? There is no Indian state which shares borders with more than three countries. So, which of the statement given above is are correct? So, this is the typical style of asking questions by UPSC. Dear aspirants, here are the options: A, 1 to only; B, 3 only; C, 2, 3 only; and D, 1 to 3. So, now you have to find out the answer. What should be the answer, dear aspirants? If you know, please answer it. And if you don't know, okay, so everybody is answering A, Parsuram Kumar A, and Ritik Sharma 1 to only. But the first statement is not correct. Goa and Sikkim are the only two states in India which are bordered by just one Indian state each. This statement is not correct, and second and third statements are correct. So our answer should be C. Sikkim and Meghalaya are the only two states in India which are bordered by just one Indian state. Meghalaya is surrounded by Assam to its north and Bangladesh to its south. Sikkim is bordered by just one Indian state, which is West Bengal, while Meghalaya is bordered by only one, Assam. Goa, on the other hand, is bordered by both Maharashtra and Karnataka. So, Ritik, Parasuram, A is not correct. Okay. So, because the first statement is not correct, okay, Goa bordering Maharashtra and Karnataka, two states. So, here we will have to eliminate one, and then we will get the answer 2 and 3. Correct. So, our answer should be C. Dear aspirants, let us move to the question number 2 of the day. Which of the following statements is are correct regarding a small finance banks, SFB? So this is a question related to economy segment. Which of the following statements is are correct regarding a small finance banks? So we have only two statements, dear aspirants. SFB are registered as a public limited company under the Companies Act 2013. The second statement, SFBs can accept deposits like fixed deposits and recurring deposits. So select the correct answer using the code given below. Dear aspirants, here the codes are A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. So what should be the answer? You have to write in the chat box. If you are confident, then you should answer. Otherwise, you should learn, you should write in your notebook. Okay. So such are the areas you are gaining experiences day by day, dear aspirants. Saurabh Jha is telling C and C is the correct answer. 1, 2, both the statements are correct. Very meticulous reply because this question is not so easy. If you have not gone through the statements, then you are not able to answer, dear aspirants. So SFB, for other aspirants, SFB is a small finance banks, and these are registered as a public limited company under the Companies Act 2013, and SFB can accept deposit like fixed deposits and recurring deposits. So both the statements are correct. Chandra Ispriha has joined us. So good evening to Ispriha ji. Very nice to see you here. Now let us see the next question. On August 8, 1942, certainly this question relates to history segment, the All India Congress Committee met in Bombay and passed the famous Quit India resolution. In this context, consider the following statement. Okay. Number A, Satyendranath Banerjee. B, Surendranath Banerjee A. B, Satyendra Prasad Sinha. C, Satyendranath Tagore. And D, Subhash Chandra Bose. So, on 8 August 1942, the All India Congress Committee met in Bombay and passed the famous Quit India resolution. In this context, consider the following statement. So, this is the question. So, Surendranath Banerjee. So, what is the question? The question is that, okay, Parsuram Kumar is telling A and A is the correct answer. Wonderful, Parsuram Kumar ji. आपने तो छक्का मार दिया. So, Surendranath Banerjee was 1869 batch ICS officer, but he was dismissed from the service on the flimsy ground in 1874. After that, he came to the arena of public life and began to participate in public life in Kolkata. So, along with Anand Mohan Bose, founded a political association, Indian Association in Kolkata. The Indian Association was most important pre-Congress association. Okay, hence option A is correct answer. He became a member of Imperial Legislative Assembly in 1922 and was knighted as the same year. Somu Jha is also telling A. So it's great Surendranath Banerjee. So this is the answer to this MCQ. Now a question from Science and Technology segment, dear aspirants. CTFS with reference to viruses. Number one, these are microscopic parasites that have either RNA or DNA as their genetic material. Okay. Now the second statement, viruses can cause both hemorrhagic fevers and cancers. Three, to treat viral infections, antivirals work by inhibiting the multiplication of viruses in the host body and ultimately killing them. So, which of the statement given above is are correct? A 1 only, B 1 2 only, C 2 only, and D 1 2 3. So, dear aspirants, this is the question from science segment, and it relates to viruses. The first statement 1 2 3 is the call given by Saurabh Jha, Ispriha Ritik Sharma, all the three statements. But to treat viral infections, Antivirals work by inhibiting the multiplication of viruses in host body and ultimately killing them. So, so this is not correct, because unlike other antimicrobials, antibiotics, antiviral drugs do not deactivate to or kill the microbe. Okay, in this case, but act by inhibiting replication. So the third statement is not correct. Our answer should be B12. Yes, Somujha. Very good. Somujha is telling, please repeat, sir. So to treat viral infections, antivirals work by inhibiting the multiplication of viruses in the host body and ultimately killing them. So this statement is not correct, dear aspirants. Now let us move to the next question. Consider the following statement regarding the later Vedic period. Later Vedic period. So this relates to history segment. The later Vedic communities had developed an extensive taxation system. Okay, extensive taxation system. Second, the nobles and warriors could not grant land without the consent of peasantry. Three, in the religious domain, sacrifices during the later Vedic times could be performed by the kings only. So the correct statement A 1 2, B 1 3, C 2 only, and D 1 2 3. So the answer to this question is only 2. Dear aspirants, please ignite. Okay, only two. C is the correct answer. C is the correct answer. Great. The latter Vedic communities had developed an extensive taxation system. This statement is not correct. In the religious domain, sacrifices during the latter Vedic times could be performed by the kings only. This is also not correct. Okay. The second statement, the nobles and warriors could not grant land without the consent of the peasantry. ये स्टेटमेंट सही है. सो डियर एस्पिरेंट्स, गुड्डन कुमार जी ने सही आंसर दिया, स्प्रिया जी ने भी सही आंसर दिया. सो दिस वे, ओके, वायरस वाला क्वेश्चन एक बार फिर से हम आपके सामने पढ़ेंगे. ओके, बिकॉज आप उसे अंडरस्टैंड कर लें और कॉपी में नोट कर लें. प्रिय अभ्यर्थीगण, ये काफी महत्वपूर्ण है. बाकी सभी प्रश्न तो बिल्कुल सामान्य कोटि के हैं, लेकिन हमें लगा कि ये प्रश्न आपको समझ में नहीं आया, इसलिए यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज द वेरी पर्पस ऑफ दिस ऑनलाइन क्लास इज not only to teach you, but you to develop your conception. Okay, you should conceptualize, because this is needed while you are appearing to the IAS examination. हमारे देश की सबसे उच्च परीक्षा है और उसमें आप भाग लेने वाले हैं, तो इसलिए आपके सारे जो ब्रह्मास्त्र हैं वो आपके तर्कस में मौजूद होने चाहिए. प्रिय अभ्यर्थीगण, आइए देखें वायरस वाले प्रश्न को एक बार फिर. हमें लगता है कि आपने आंसर अगर सही भी दिया, बट कंसेप्शन नहीं हो पा रहा है. तो आइए देखें क्यों नहीं कंसेप्शन हो पाएगा. कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट विथ रेफरेंस टू वायरसेज. सो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन दैट this question opens and it relates to viruses. Now it is clear. We have three statements in this MCQ. These are microscopic parasites that have either RNA or DNA as their genetic material. This is correct statement. You all know. Okay. Now the second statement, viruses can cause both hemorrhagic fever and cancers. This is also true. Now, the third statement is not correct. And how can you judge? Because to treat viral infections, antivirals work by inhibiting the multiplication of viruses. Okay, this is not correct. Okay, it should be replication the host body and ultimately killing them. Don't kill them, but they deactivate them. Yes, Ispriyaji, this is the correct explanation, and you have got the correct explanation. Now, the explanation is uh, okay. The explanation is yes, unlike other antimicrobials, that is antibiotics, antiviral drugs do not deactivate or kill the microbe, okay, but act by inhibiting replication. So the multiplication, here it is okay, good. I don't think that it is buffering. How it is buffering. So this is the correct explanation, and I hope that you have got the answer and you have got the explanation successfully. So it's quite uh, okay. Now let us come to understand. Okay, so it is particularly vulnerable tribal group. Now you have to recognize, okay, which tribal group. The language of this tribe figures in the list of UNESCO interactive atlas or world's languages in danger. The main festivals of the tribe include Sarhul, Fagua, and Nawa Khans. They are using mobile radio to transmit local news and songs, which is helping them to revive the dying tribal language. Which of the following tribal groups is being described above? Okay, so A. Kani, B. Gond, C. Asur, and D. Bhils. So, what is the answer? It is a particularly vulnerable tribal group. The language of the tribe figures in the list of UNESCO Interactive Atlas of World's Languages in Danger. The main festivals of the tribe include Sarhul, Fagua, and Navakhans. They are using mobile radio to transmit local news and songs. C is the answer, and it is correct answer. Very good answer, Isprihaji. Wonderful. Okay, now let us concentrate. Consider the following statement about the Controller General of Accounts, CGA. Okay, so Gond, no, Asur. Asur is the answer, Saurabh Jha. So, first statement, CGA is an independent constitutional body. So, you should prepare a list of non-constitutional, statutory, and constitutional bodies. Okay, during our offline class, I will concentrate on this and I will dictate you, dear aspirants. The second statement, it is the apex accounting agency of central government. And the third statement, the CGA is also the head of Indian Audit and Accounts Department. So, which of the statement given above is are correct? A 12, B 2 only, C 13 and D 23. हर प्रकरण को विश्लेषण हो श्रीमान, फिर प्रश्न हो सर। बहुत अच्छी बात है, बहुत अच्छी बात है। विश्लेषण काफी आवश्यक है, बिकॉज देखें आईएएस की परीक्षा में जब तक से आपके मनोमस्तिष्क में वो विषय वस्तु घर नहीं कर जाता, तब तक से आप परीक्षा की अवधि में बिल्कुल स्थिर चित्त से प्रश्न के उत्तर देने में सक्षम नहीं हो पाएंगे। यहाँ पे 2 ओनली का आंसर आ गया, एंड दिस इज करेक्ट। स्प्रिया जी, वंडरफुल, करेक्ट आंसर। और ये इट इज द एपेक्स अकाउंटिंग एजेंसी ऑफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, ये बिल्कुल सही बात है और इसलिए ये सही हो गया। अब ये मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फाइनेंस के अंतर्गत काम करता है, सीजीए, इसलिए ये फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज नॉट करेक्ट because it is not an independent constitutional body. Okay, Controller General of Accounts is under Ministry of Finance. So, dear aspirants, first statement is not correct, and then the third statement is also not correct because CAG is also the head of CAG, not CGA. Okay, not CGA, CAG, Controller and Auditor General. So the third statement is also incorrect, and we have to eliminate both first and third statements. And now we get only two, and the second statement is correct. So our answer should be B, two only. So dear aspirants, now here comes the next question. Antiseptic properties of alcohol have been known for many centuries. Okay, alcohol. In this context, consider the following statement. Number one, alcohol based sanitizers kill bacteria by raising the temperature of latter and vaporizing it. Now, the second statement, in healthcare, methyl alcohol is added to ethyl alcohol used in alcohol bactericidal action. मतलब बैक्टेरिसाइडल, साइड का मतलब ही होता है टू किल, सुइसाइड, मैट्रिसाइड, फैट्रिसाइड, देन रेजिसाइड, राजा को मारना, जीनोसाइड. सो साइड रूट है किस चीज का? टू किल. सो हियर बैक्टेरिसाइड एक्शन. So which of the statement given above is are correct? A one only. Okay. Somuja, not getting your words properly, sir. Sorry, sir, I cannot answer anything here. Why don't you get my words properly? Okay. So B, two only, and C, 1 2, and here Isprihaji is answering 1 2, 1 2, and both the statements are not correct, dear aspirants. Why do I say? Because the antimicrobial action of alcohol, okay, okay, B is not the answer. The answer is D. Both the statements are incorrect. Alcohol based sanitizers kill bacteria. Okay. So this is not the correct answer, dear aspirants. The most feasible explanation for antimicrobial action of alcohol is the denaturation of proteins. The mechanism is supported by the observation that absolute ethyl alcohol, a dehydrating agent, is less bactericidal than mixtures of alcohol and water because proteins are deteriorated more quickly in the presence of water. So this is the explanation. So both the statements are incorrect, dear aspirants. Now let us come to the history segment once again. In the context of bhakti, bhakti is very, very important. Literary traditions, which of the following works is are associated with Nayanars? Nayanars. Number one, Nalaira Dvipaya Bandham, two, Tevaram, and three, Tiruvakacham. So these are the books, I think, okay, related to bhakti traditions, and you have to find out the exact name of the book. So 2 and 3 are correct. Dear aspirants, bhakti literary tradition is associated with Tevaram, Tevaram. Please write it. T for Tata, Tevaram. And the second book, Tiruvachakam, Tiruvacakam. So only these two books. So dear aspirants, as far as Nalaira Divya Prabandham is collection of 4,000 Tamil verses composed by 12 alvars. Okay, so it does not relate to Nayanars. Here in the question, okay, associated with Nayanars, the first book is associated with alvars. So you should differentiate and you should concentrate. This is very, very important. Nayanars is the group associated with Shaivism, Saivism, or Vaishnavism, Saivism. Okay, so this is very, very important. And alvars, compiled present form of Nath Muni. Nath Muni composed Nalaira. So there were 63 Nayanars. Their songs are in two complication, Tevaram and Tiruchukam. So only 2 and 3 are appropriate. 2 and 3 are appropriate. Now, dear aspirants, Treasury bills. So here is a question from economy segment. Treasury bills, T bills, it is also known as T hyphen bills, are often referred to as zero coupon security. Why? So this is the question. Treasury bills, that is T bills, are often referred to as zero coupon security. Why? So now I am going to read out the options. A, they have zero default risk as they are issued by the government. The second statement, they pay no interest and are issued at a discount. The third, inflation has zero effect on T bills as they are indexed to inflation rates. And the last statement, that is D, returns on T bills are paid regularly with almost zero defaults before the maturity period. So this way we have four statements A, B, C, D, and dear aspirants, statement B is correct. Okay, so please write it. Treasury bills are often referred to zero coupons. Okay, zero coupons. So, zero coupon securities. So, they pay no interest and are issued at a discount. This is the answer. Please write it. They pay no interest and are issued at a discount. That's why it is also referred to zero coupon security. Zero coupon security. So now, is it clear to you, dear aspirants? I hope you have understood. So this way, okay, we have discussed some more important questions, and this is also very important, dear aspirants. Now let us see with respect to Ajivika sect. Ajivika sect, consider the following statement. Number one, its central idea was that human efforts play an important role in determining his own karma and ultimately his own destiny. The second statement, it was founded by Makhali Gosala. Third, Barabar caves. Where are these caves? In Jahanabad of Bihar, Jahanabad district. So Barabar caves that belonged to Ajivika sects are UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this way we have three statements. So which of the statements given above is are correct? A 1, 2, 3, B 2, 3, C 2 only, and D 1 only. Dear aspirants, now the central Ajivika idea was that of Niyati. Niyati means fate. तो आजीविका फेट में विश्वास करते थे. भाग्येन एतत् संभवत, भाग्य से ही ऐसा होता है. तो उनका ये भाग्य से मतलब था. तो ये तो इनकरेक्ट हो गया. और तीसरा, बराबर केव्स दैट बिलोंग टू आजीविका सेक्ट आर यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट. तो ये बराबर जो केव्स है, ये लोमस ऋषि का केव्स है और ये अभी तक वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज का साइट नहीं है. सो इट इज नॉट यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट. सो दिस वे वी हैव टू एलिमिनेट 1 and 3. नाउ इट वाज फाउंडेड बाय मखाली गोसाल. आजीवक संप्रदाय जो है उसके संस्थापक मखली गोसाल थे. दिस इज करेक्ट. सो आवर आंसर शुड बी 2 only. Okay, so C should be the answer, 2 only. Dear aspirants, इस तरह से आपको एक एक प्रश्नों पर विचार करना है और उसको देखना है. Now let us concentrate. Which of the following modifications can be seen in man groups that help them survive to waterlogged conditions? A 1, aerial roots. 2, VB parity mode of reproduction, 3 salt glands in leaves, and 4 lenticellated bark. So select the correct answer using the code given below. A 13, B 24, D C 123, and D 1234. So what should be the answer to this question, dear aspirants? Okay, now mangroves that help them survive to waterlogged conditions. So 1 3 is the call given by Isprihaji. The answer is 1 2 3 4. All are correct. Okay, aerial roots, this is correct. VV parity mode of reproduction, this is also correct. Salt glands in leaves, this is also correct. And lenticellated bark, this is also correct. So the answer should be D, all. Yes, Saurabh Jha, all is the Somu Jha, all is the answer to this MCQ. Now let us concentrate on this very question. Which of the following statements is are correct with respect to the horizontal distribution of salinity in ocean? Dear aspirants, try to concentrate, and if it is possible, please write it in your notebook. This question is very, very important. Please concentrate, please learn, please learn. Okay, the now the horizontal distribution of salinity, you should write in your notebook the horizontal distribution of salinity in oceans. Now we have only two statements. Number one, the North Sea records higher than normal salinity. North Sea records higher than normal salinity due to saline water brought by the North Atlantic drift. Okay. And the second statement, Black Sea records lower than normal salinity due to the freshwater influx by rivers. So you have to select the correct answer. A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, and D, neither 1 nor 2. So Somu Jha is telling, I am writing, sir. This is very good habit. You have to write it. So the answer to this question is, Isprihaji has written both 1, 2, and this is the correct answer. So C is the correct answer. The North Sea records higher than normal salinity due to saline water brought by North Atlantic drift. And second statement, Black Sea records lower than normal salinity due to the fresh water influx by rivers. तो ये दोनों के दोनों कथन बिल्कुल सही हैं. Let us see next question. Yes, Somu Jha, Saurabh, all are correct. With reference to the special address by President of India, consider the following statement. The special address must take place at the commencement of first session every year. Second statement, it is a parliamentary convention that is not mentioned in the constitution. And third statement, it has to be addressed to both the houses of the parliament assembled together. So this way we have three statements. So which of the statement given above is are correct? A, 1 3 only, B, okay, B 2 3, C 1 2 3, and D 1 2 only. So dear aspirants, here the answer is okay, the special address must take place at the commencement of the first session of every year. This is correct. Okay, it is a parliamentary convention that it is not mentioned in the constitution. This statement is not correct. It has to be addressed to both the houses of the parliament, okay, assembled together. This is also correct. So our answer should be 1 3. A, 1 3 statements are correct, not 1 2. Ritik Sharma is right. 1 and 3 correct. Now the last question of the day, concluding question of the day, और इसके बाद हमारा क्लास समाप्त होगा. Yes, Ispriya ji, you are right. So please concentrate, dear aspirants, with reference to DNA damage. DNA damage, consider the following statement. Number one, DNA damage is also called mutation. Is it correct? Now, the second statement, DNA damage results in physical abnormalities, abnormalities in DNA. And the third statement, CRISPR technology can be used to repair damaged DNA. So this is the typical style of asking questions by UPSC, dear aspirants, and you have to find out the correct statement. A 13, B 12, C 23, and D 3 only. Here the answer is given by Isprihaji 1, 2, 3, but statement 2 and 3 are correct. 1 is not correct. DNA damage is also called mutation. This is, yes, Somujha, wonderful. So, because it is important to distinguish between DNA damage and mutation, the two major types of error in DNA. DNA damage and mutations are fundamentally different. So, a statement 1 is not correct, 2 and 3 are correct. So, dear aspirants, this way we have completed 15 most important questions today. 15. So, okay. Now, the number of questions being discussed during this evening session is growing. So, उत्तर दे रहे हैं और प्रकार से हम लोग इसे आगे की ओर में परिणत कर सकें. सो एवरीथिंग इज बीइंग डन टू ट्रांसलेट योर नॉलेज इनटू सक्सेस. तो किस प्रकार से आप अपनी पढ़ाई को, तैयारी को सफलता में परिणत करेंगे, यही मेरा उद्देश्य है. आप सभी ने हमें थैंक यू कहा है, हम आपको बार बार कहते हैं थैंक यू नहीं बोलना है. ओके, कुछ भी नहीं बोलना है. इट्स नॉट थैंक यू, बिल्कुल नहीं. आप पढ़ें, सफल हों और सभी सिविल सर्वेंट बने, आईएएस बने, यही हमारी आशा है. तो इसी के साथ आज की कक्षा को हम लोग समाप्त करेंगे. आप सभी को शुभ रात्रि, गुड नाइट, बाय बाय.